Good evening everybody, and it is lovely as always to see you. I've just dashed back up from London from a busy week in Parliament, and we were going to have a few of us here tonight doing some wreath making, but in light of the fact that obviously things are slightly changing, we have altered this completely, and I'm afraid all you have is me. I have done my lateral flow test, I've got my hand sanitizer, and I have my Christmas lights on, which I hope you appreciate. Although I might put on my wreath later, who knows, who knows. But it's lovely, lovely to see you all. Well, I can't see you, actually, I didn't know why, it's just see you all. But so we're going to do, last year, very successfully, we did some lovely wreaths. And I'm going to do some, one tonight. When I got back, unfortunately, it was a little bit dark in my garden, but I got hold of my secateurs, which probably have seen better days. And I got some foliage out. And I'm just going to show you really how amazingly simple it is to do a really gorgeous wreath. I can't believe I've just said a really gorgeous wreath. I'm hoping it's going to be a gorgeous wreath. But now this is, oh look, I'm having trouble with my lights. This is a monster of an Oasis, which has just been soaking. And I'm going to hang it, so the first thing you need to do is think about hanging your wreath and how you're going to do it. And this year I've discovered there's something that you can hang over a door that really makes it really, really nice, and it just means you don't have to put a nail in your door or any kind of hook or anything. You can just have this thing that hangs over the top, which is absolutely brilliant. I wish I'd thought of those, but anyway, maybe they've always existed, but I've just never noticed that they have. So I don't know if you can see here, I've literally did brownies for 20 years, that's what I do like doing this. I've literally taken a piece of ribbon and put it in half, and then I'm going to, things are sticking themselves already, and then I'm literally going to pull this like this, and that is what's going to hang my wreath from. So you can see already, how lovely does that look? It even looks Christmassy already. And then, in order so that it can hang onto something, I am just going to tie it at the top. So other things that I've been doing whilst thinking about my wreath is I was thinking about what's the best thing to do in terms of this. And there's some novelties here. We've got these aren't all my wine corks, but there are some wine corks. I did have to think about how we use those. But other things that you do need, I've got foliage down here. I've also bought some gold spray with me, some snow, which I thought might be quite nice. And lots and lots of foliage, but you can, one thing that I've done a few times is I've dried oranges. Unfortunately I've not had time to do that, though I have bought some that I did last year, which unfortunately they were very burnt last year, they've not really saved well, but at least I have them. So the most important thing is when you have this, that we've soaked it, we've now got the ribbon on, is to start putting the base layer. And I like, for my base layer, my very, very favourite thing is ivy. Now I sometimes wage war on ivy in my garden because once it takes hold, it's just there forever. However, I never get rid of it all because I just simply adore, look, these, how beautiful is this? And so when you're doing this, this is the way to do it, just literally put some of this ivy in here, like this, and this is how we do the base. So I'm going to do it really, really quickly. I'm sure that you could take a lot more time and care on this, but for me, I just think, get a load of this, because, do you know what, nature is just so beautiful in itself. That's why I love these wreaths, because they really are very, very cost effective. I think if, not that I would ever go to an expensive department store in London, but if you did, you would pay an awful lot of money for a wreath. However, I'm thinking you probably wouldn't pay an awful lot of money for the one I'm making, but you know, let's see what it turns out like. I put my bugs coming out. I put my lovely sparkly earrings in, you see, because it's Christmas. I wonder if I can sing a song. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. I perhaps shouldn't sing a song actually. Now I gave my father a ring on the way in. I just called him and I said, what are you doing tonight? He said, I'm watching the news. But he said he might try and watch live. So Dad, hi, if you are there. That is lovely. I hope you're managing to get a little glass of wine tonight. Now this Oasis is so huge. I could be here forever. But let me just let me get some more ivy from here. And really, all you're doing is, I probably shouldn't have worn my lights, you know, I'm just having a bit of trouble with it. Oh dear. There we go, there's lots of nice little bugs in here. Anything I'm not using, I'm just going to put to one side and I shall throw those away later. Now already, this is just starting to look spectacular. And just, I love, it's just these beautiful bits of ivy that really are so lovely. Oh, this is, I've got a bay leaf. I've got a bay leaf tree in my garden, so I just pulled out some of those, which I thought was rather lovely. What else have I also got? I mean, you can make these really nice, as in you can get things like, oh, I've got some rosemary, you can put some herbs. I think I've even got some lavender. I found some, oh look at this. Oh, that's exquisite, but I'm going to put that on in a little bit. Other things you need some wire. I've got some wire cutters as well. I've also, look at these, I've got this from the garden. I've got some berries, oh dear, they're coming up. It's quite difficult to get things from your garden when it's dark. I probably should have planned ahead slightly, but then, you know, that's why this is such fun to do. I do like doing it. We've got some nice other little bits as well. Why not? Look at this. I think this is, any idea what this is called? I don't know, it's very pretty though. Look,
We've got Ruth who says that's a nice base. I've got a wire one, which is not as easy to do.
Well, yes, I have. You can. Wire ones are really quite difficult to do. Same kind of principle. You can get a wire one, and then if you're going to get a wire one, you would tend to get some moss to go around as well, just because you can convince. They actually are really, really beautiful. So I admire your ambition, but for me, I really am probably not skilled enough to. Now you can see. I know I'm only doing this randomly, but I'm hoping. Let me just show you this so far that you can see. Already, I don't know whether you can see that. I'm getting tangled with my lights. But you can already see, can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it, yeah.
I mean, it's already just starting to come into something quite pretty, actually. And you can use, I think I saw somebody, you know, on my road, they'd used sort of bits off the Christmas tree. As the Christmas tree has arrived, you can do that. You can literally, and I just ran into my garden, 5 minutes. And of course, you can definitely take a lot more time on this, and you can really plan it. But I just wanted to show you how you can also just literally use nature to make something very, very lovely. But I always use these as a base. I've probably done my own wreath now for maybe the last 10 years, and I just get such a lot of satisfaction from doing it. Another way you can see it, I'm sticking things in, and if you have a wire base, what I would suggest you do is get some wire, and I've got some wire cutters as well, and then wrap, you can wrap, let me just show you if I can find the wire cutters. What you can do, are they going to work? I probably should have put my glasses on actually because I can't What you can do when you're doing some wire is, so if you've got a wire Oasis, is you can just take whatever you're using and then wrap the wire around it, and then you can do it that way. So there's it just whichever way you like to do it really. But really all I'm doing is just covering this base with this lovely ivy. See, I'm raging war against ivy all year, and then end up loving it at this time. Sophie, would you like me to sing a particular carol? We could have had some carols playing.
The guests might like it.
Well, there's so many lovely carols that you can sing as well at this time of year. Let me go over here.
What are you going for next?
Right, so I'm going to sing. Always keep on checking what this looks like, because it's quite nice if you've got maybe somewhere that you're going to hang it by. I mean, what is that starting to look like?
Starting to fill out nicely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I had an unlimited amount of time, what I would do is I would make it so that none of the Oasis shows underneath, which I will do when I get home. I'll just make sure that I do that. But I'm really just showing you the purpose of now to do this. So then you've got your green base, which I'm really quite happy with. And then I like to think, okay, so this is going to be my top because that's where it's going to hang from. And then these hydrangeas, I mean, look at those, aren't they exquisite? I might just, I don't know if this is going to work or not. Put some gold spray on. Actually, they're so gold already, you probably can't tell any difference, so I'm not too concerned about that. But, just love these, and I like to make it so that they become a bit of a feature in here. What was my... So that is, oh, that looks really pretty. I'm just going to show you that actually. Hopefully you can see. Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see. I think it's really interesting because I would naturally go to put them spaced out all over, but they do look nice like that.
Yeah, I was just trying to, I quite like, as you probably know, I'm not conventional in the way I think. So I think the great thing is you can make something that's really nice, something that's really neat, or like me, you can just kind of throw, well, not quite a kitchen sink at it, but just keep on adding different things to make it really beautiful. I think what I'm going to do as well, really probably shouldn't have worn these lights, way too much, I don't know. I think because they're there, probably going to put some up here as well. Let's have a look what this looks like. So, I mean, literally, outside my front door, and just got in. Luckily it hadn't been raining today, otherwise it might have been a bit harder. So look, how are we getting so far?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see, but you can see this is. Well, I'm liking it. So then on here, I've got some wire, and then I've got. Oh, it smells lovely. This is some lavender. So I quite like to have something that smells nicely. So I'm just on this, winding the wire around here, you can just see that. And then I'm going to use the wire to again stick in the Oasis. If you've got the wire base, as I think somebody had, no problem, you just wind it around the wire base. But I'm actually going to just pop that. Don't know what it
Oh, it does smell
like,
nice.
but it does smell really, really lovely. Of course, lavender's really good because it helps you sleep as well. And rosemary, I've got some rosemary. Rosemary's fabulous because rosemary stops the spreading of germs as well. So I love, just smell it. Just
I'm going to let the guys smell it.
Oh, gorgeous. So I'm going to put a little bit of lavender around. Sorry, I've got lavender, this is rosemary. A lot of herbs probably, I mean, again, I just got these out of a pot in my garden, but a lot of herbs probably won't be around at this time of year. But when you've got them, I'm just thinking when people come to my door and just approach, they will see this beautiful, beautiful rosemary. I've also got some little corn. There's some corn here. I think it was something that we had in Parliament, and I thought, well, that would be quite nice to pop on here. So I'm going to put it up here with the lavender, because I think it would go quite nice with that. But this one here hasn't got. I've even put a sparkly ring on. Look, I like a bit of sparkle. So I'm even going to. Now you can see I've abandoned the wire cutters, so I'm just literally going around on that. But what you can do again is get something like this. Again, just wind it round like this. And I think that will cut. Again. And put that in there as well. Now then, this is starting to look, I think it's starting to look quite nice.
Let's have another look.
How long have we been at this now?
I'm not too sure, but it's definitely grown in size by times 3.
And it was a large oasis to start with, wasn't it, really?
It was.
What I would sometimes do, and I'm not doing tonight as well, is you can fill the inside, so it's just a great big round. It really doesn't matter which way you choose to do it, whether you want to do it so you've got a hole in the middle, whether you have this beautiful space that I have here. A couple of other things then. I mean, look at these beautiful, again from the garden. Let's have a look. Red is my favourite colour. Well, I like lots of colours, but I do particularly like red. But I'm thinking, I put a little bit here earlier. Can they still sort of stay? This is the top. I'm going to sort of stay with that sort of theme at the top there. Is that looking quite pretty? And then the other thing I bought again from home is, I know we've got some wire here, but you can also buy wire, strips as well. And again, all you can do is just literally thread them through. So it doesn't matter really whichever way you want to do it. And that, if you have got your wire wreath, you can then wrap them around. So I'm going to, let's have a think what else I want to put on here. I'm going to put a little bit of this. Where was this from? Because you brought this in, didn't you? So
Yeah, this was from my garden. I was in the dark as well.
Well, I think you've done a fantastic job. I'm thinking, actually, I'm going to put that down here. Now, I know, I wonder what else would be good. Cones. Shall I show you how to put one of these on? Again, I would probably just get a little bit of wire, or use the wire cutters, it's entirely up to you. And then just pop, you can see, you just literally pop this around here, and then we can stick it in. We're going to put it around here. Oh look, that looks pretty, doesn't it? That's really
good.
Nice. Have you, I think those have probably got like a snow
spray on,
already.
yeah.
The spray is already got so much gold.
But they look nice plain as well.
Well, I've got a tree that has loads and loads and loads of coconut. I just save them, and I also put them in like a bucket outside my house so that the neighbours can collect them as well, because once they start shedding them, you get some. I mean, I'll tell you what I haven't got, and I love to put on something like this, is some cinnamon. I love it because again, that really adds to the smell. So I love this sort of willowy thing. I'm going to show you this in a second. I'll just show you what I'm doing with this.
It's been in your cup of tea already, hasn't it?
Oh, has it? Oh, I was just going to have a little slope of that. Right, so you can see what I'm doing here now. Let me hold this up again. How are we looking, Sophie?
Yeah, good. You can see that poking out and the top is looking good.
Yes, so I'm just really sort of building on this. And what you can do as well, and this would make this ginormous, is take some of these little bits here and really put them in the side so that they're just starting to build on this. Because this is, I've never seen such a large wreath as this. It's really...
It's built up really quickly though, hasn't it?
Well, I'm trying to go quickly because I'm imagining it might be quite boring watching you do it. I don't know. But you can take more time doing this, you know. It's and I love it. I've got another wreath as well at home that I'm going to do. And I just, what you can do as well, I'm going to put this on my front door, but you can put like a candle in the middle as well. And that looks really, really nice.
Yeah.
You can do that. Or you can just buy, I've also got some square Oasis, and I just put made like table decorations as well.
Yeah.
And it's a case of I know there's obviously professionals make them look absolutely brilliant, but it is quite good fun. I thought about getting my granddaughter to maybe do one with me over the weekend as well. Although that might be a little bit chaotic, I don't know. Now this is a lovely long piece here of red.
That's a good bit of berry, yeah.
And I'm going to again put that underneath here. And don't be afraid, you know, these things they may sort of topple over, they may fall out. Hopefully don't hit the postman or anything like that. But I'm just starting to now really add a little bit more. My top tip would be not to do as I've done, which is I've sort of attacked it holistically. Personally, if I had the time, I would just put the base on first, just really get that base, and then start to add in your colour, the other things that you need to add in.
And is the base just around the edge, or is the base just the green stuff?
So what's this looking like now?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Getting there?
Yeah.
It's hard for me to see it actually.
Do you want me to hold it up for you?
The base is anything that is foliage. Yes, that would be lovely. So anything that you can see that's the Oasis is actually the base. So now, you really don't want to see any of that Oasis at all. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm really filling this. Oh, I do love doing this. And thank you to everybody who is with us tonight. Hopefully next year, things will be different. We can all get together. We can all do this together. It's worth it though, staying safe at the moment. We don't want the virus getting out of control. So at least nowadays we have Facebook Live, we have Zoom, Teams, lots of different ways of really communicating. Now then, I'm going to ask your advice, Sophie. Because you've got probably far better taste than I have, what do you think it needs now?
I think it just needs filling out a little bit, covering just the little bits of Oasis. Not the hydrangeas are good. I think it's the other two corners.
Brilliant. Right. So a little bit of bay leaf going in here as well. A bit more. Do you know, I mean, I just think they're just so exquisite. Just ivy, and then it just makes it so beautiful. Right, I did have some, yes. I did have some white bits, look at this. I'm just going to stick these in. I like to make little clusters together of the same colour. So this is like my little white corner here. again, they're just in my hedge outside my house. But aren't they pretty? Really pretty. Do you know what I need to do for next year? I need to gender from what all of these are called, really.
I was going to ask, I didn't want to put you on the spot.
Don't put me on the spot. These are Berries Whitus from Gardeners, I think is the best I can say on that, because I don't actually know what they're called. But I'm not really I'm not a gardener. No, I love gardening, actually I'm a gardener. But my memory is so bad. They have all these Latin names and I always forget, although I'm not sure that Ivan is a Latin name, but
That's why you remember it.
exactly, that's why I remember it, because it's not a Latin name. Now then, I'm really trying to just fill this and make it exquisiteness. A bit more gold on here. Right, so down here I've got tiny bit. So I'm making this my red corner over here. We've got berries everywhere. Oh, now then, I need your advice again, Sophie. So I think I've filled bits in, but where else do I need to fill in?
I think here, top bit now.
Yeah.
You've added quite a bit to the bottom, I think the top, yeah.
What's it looking like?
Yeah, it's looking really good. It's looked massive, actually.
Yes. Well, I think so. It's a challenge filling such a large oasis. I think next year we'll probably have a slab.
A smaller one. Or should we go challenge ourselves and go for wire?
I tell you what we could do, because they said they probably hope there could be more of us doing this next year. We could, you could do wire, and I'll just stick to
What, you know?
The simpleness of doing this, because it just, you know, in no time. I don't know what the time is. Let's have a look what the time is. Half an hour. This is what this has taken us. Half an hour, and I know I'm not an expert, but I've had great fun. Probably, you know, all of this, all of the stuff that's from the garden, obviously is free. I might even stick my lights in this in a minute. I'm not sure. I don't seem to be coping.
You might have to.
So then, I still love this. I really, really, really like this. I'm thinking, I don't think I've got a long enough piece. So what you can do with this, if you get long enough, is put it in one side, like there, and then I'm thinking, I'll just get my secateurs for a minute. I'm thinking maybe, seeing if I can put it in the oasis over here. Look, it might not be pointy enough actually. Right, let me, let's have another look. I've got a couple of other things out, but where's my...
Yeah, that's sitting okay, actually.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It looks
It's sitting
huge.
okay.
It's
Is very big, yeah.
It's very heavy as well. Right, the water is dripping out. Where do I need any more, do you think, Sophie? Are we nearly there?
I think you are nearly there, yeah.
Now, because we've got a cork, where are these all from?
Just home, you don't have to spend that much, do you?
No.
So how wet should your oasis be? Because I've really soaked these and they are dripping. Is that too wet?
Well, you have to make sure that it's wet. Bear in mind what we're talking about is we're talking about live foliage here. So it's almost like if you imagine, you know, if you were doing flowers in a vase or something, you have the water. So this is where they're going to suck up all the water from. Which is why you really do need to soak it. But I always, really, if I'm doing it, I maybe put it in the water, push it all the way down gradually, and as you push it down, that then would soak it and then put it straight back out. You don't need to leave it in the water. So it's literally just sort of push it in and then pull it pull it straight back out. Oh, I'm really liking that cork. I don't think you can see it in there. Can you see it? It just looks really pretty. I'm determined to use this because I love this. Look at this. Just so lovely. You know, in the summer there's lots of leaves on, and then now, where I think if I can, I'm going to have this so that it hangs down. Now, I might, probably not for now in interest of time, but if that falls out, oh, actually I will do, I was going to say I'm going to use some wire to wrap it because I love it so much. I would like to see that hanging off here. So I'm hoping that this inspires people to do something like this at home, because it's such a simple thing. I hope you can see, Sophie, to do, but also it's fun. You can you can do it really neat. I've known some people do them so beautiful and so neat, you know, look really lovely and neat and precise. I don't think that's the look I've gone for. But, oh, actually the gold is now showing on these. They're so beautiful in any case.
Oh yeah, it is.
That you don't necessarily need to. Now look, I've tied that on. So let's have a look whether that has worked or not. Has that worked?
Yeah, I think you're looking near enough there.
So what do you think to it?
It's really nice. Yeah.
I mean, I obviously haven't seen it.
Do you want me to hold it ever so
Yeah,
briefly?
do you mind? That would be great. Thank
Just
you.
so you can quickly see.
Oh, wow! I'm really pleased with that, Sophie.
You liking it? I bet you've just looked up and it's...
It's completely different. Right, I've got a couple of other things I'm going to add on. But that is... Oh, wow! I've done that. I made this. I'm so pleased with that. Out of 10, I'd give myself a 6, I think. I'm going to put a little bit more white in, because I quite like, I know I say that I'm doing it sort of, but I almost like the, to have things, you know, so I'm putting some white here and I've got some white there as well, just to, add a special colour over here. Now I have noticed that I've got some Oasis showing up here, so let me put a bit more of the bay leaf. I really, if I can avoid it, I don't like to have any Oasis showing. I think, have we got any comments from anybody on Facebook what they think? Do they think we should stop now?
No, Ruth says it's good and Jackie said it's fabulous.
Well, thank you. I've really enjoyed doing this. I love doing it, actually. And I said I've done it every year for many years now. The nicest way is if you can go to like a village hall and then have maybe a few of you get together, so maybe there's 10 of you, which would have been lovely to have done that. And then you have maybe some mince pies, a little bit of mulled wine, spend a couple of hours doing it. As I say, I really have only done...
and you can share what other people bring and things, can't you? Which is good.
Yeah, you can rummage around, can't you? And you can pretty much use everything. I probably... you can see there's a pine cone in there. I've used the cork as well. The lavender, oh, it's beautiful. I can smell the rosemary. So I don't know whether we've got somewhere where we can hang it up from, but let me, do you know what, Ben? I can't not want to use this, Sophie, but it's, maybe
that is a good piece, yeah.
Maybe?
If you want to make a statement.
Well, I did, and had I had time, I was going to get some baubles off my Christmas tree and wear them as earrings, but I thought these were probably just as good. My concern, I do like this, is if I use this, that it might fall off as somebody comes to the door. Let's have a look. Let's see. put it in quite a lot. You can tell me, Sophie, whether or not that is too much.
It does lose the shape a little bit.
Does it?
Yeah.
Shall I take it out?
Yeah. Unless you could put it more on its side, but then it might fall out easier.
Yeah, that's why I put it there. Tell you what I could do, look, is I'm really reluctant to not use these beautiful berries that are here. Lovely, are they? So I'm just putting some more in this oasis where they're. Sometimes you need a little bit to really get some purchase in there. Oh, I might just put this on my table. I think it's so lovely.
I think that's a really good idea if you've already got your wreaths to use it as a table decoration.
Right.
You could put wine in the middle, anything.
Wine. Oh, I can live with massive wine. Is it wine time yet? I don't even know what time it is.
Nearly.
Is it? Oh, good. What time is wine time?
Anytime after 5.
Perhaps not breakfast time. So that's not maybe.
After 5.
Yeah. So would do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. See if I can use this piece. And you can again be very honest and. So I'm just going to try and just pop it in here, just because I would love to give that final sort of splash of colour if I can. Right, now then, I feel like I'm doing
This is the big reveal.
This is the big reveal. What's the big reveal of?
I have no idea.
Is it a programme? Right, what's it looking like?
I would say you are about there in terms of from the front, in the amount you can get on it.
Yeah. Is there anything else? If I were being uber critical, I'd want to put some more around the side.
Yeah.
I can see now. So let me just, while we've got a couple of minutes, let's just put a few more around the side. You wouldn't think it could hold more, but I bet you it could hold. It's so huge. It would probably hold all of these. Oh, the smell is so lovely. I've not had time to have anything to eat, but lavender. Have you ever tried lavender ice cream?
I haven't, no.
No, it's really, really nice. I don't understand ice cream, I have to be honest. But lavender ice cream is really nice. It cleans the palate. It's like, I don't really understand melons. Right. I wonder if I do any more, it goes over the top.
Do you want me to hold it one more time? One last.
Do you mind? Just so that I can have one final look at it. Let's have a look.
Spin it round to you, sorry guys.
Oh. Do you know, I'm really, really proud of that. It's a monster, but I do really like it. I mean, I was going to say, how much would you pay for that? But you probably wouldn't pay enough. But I love it. I mean, guys, what do you think to this?
Jackie says it's perfect, and Ruth says 10 out of 10.
10, well, I wouldn't, 10 out of 10, that is very
You
high.
said 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I said 6 out of 10. But look, you can see it's taken half an hour to do this. We've still got quite a lot of foliage left. Managed to get it. All of this was from my garden, most of it was from your garden as well, but you can see here, I think there's just some evergreens, you've got some berries here.
These are just random as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you leap over into somebody else's garden, Sophie?
No.
No, it's just so lovely. I'm not going to do any more. I hope it would be lovely. We'll take a photo of this out. We can hold it up. It'd be lovely if anybody who has done a wreath as well or watches this at some other point, send it in to us. Maybe send us a photo.
Yeah, or comment your photo below.
Or comment. And you know, I loved doing it last year with you all. I think I'm absolutely delighted.
It is huge.
It is.
You can see the berries.
And I think for me, what I like about this is the fact it's not sort of uniform, but it has got a little bit of, there's sort of a, you know, I've got sort of a big bit here and a big bit here and some dangly bits there. But I like it.
Yeah, no, it's really, really good.
Thank you so much. I hope that you all have as much fun as I have doing that. We've got the dreadful task now of clearing away, but I used, the great thing is, I used a Derby Telegraph, but I couldn't quite bring myself to use this piece of it, because it had a photo of myself and Boris with our winner of our card competition, which I thought was really rather lovely. So it's even just recycling the newspapers that we have. So just quickly to recap, you need an Oasis. You don't need one as big as this. It has been a challenge, but an Oasis, and it can be a wire one, like I know some people have used, which is lovely. They look absolutely beautiful. If you get a wire one, make sure you wrap some moss around it. You don't have to, but it just makes it easier. Then I've got then the main thing is get something like ivy as your base. I think ivy is the best for the base, or something like this, something evergreen, or even if you've got some bits off the bottom of your Christmas tree, that will give you that shape and cover the Oasis. And then just put in some things, and I've seen some people do beautiful ones with cones. We've got some cones here, we've got some beautiful berries for the colour. There's lots of different things you can do. And you can see you don't even need wire cutters, because I haven't been using them. I've just been literally sort of doing the wire with my hands, but you can use wire cutters if you want to. I can't think of anything else you need. You can, if you want to, really, really take this to a whole other level, which is where you do get lots of things, lots of like cones. Also, like I say, I've got some oranges that I had from last year, and you can start to put those in as well. But I think this is just enough, really. It's huge, it's massive, I love it. Thank you so much. If I don't get to see you guys, have a really, really lovely Christmas. I know we've had a difficult couple of years actually, but I really do wish you all a really lovely, lovely Christmas. Have some, hopefully it will be peaceful, and Happy New Year. If, by the way, you do have anything that you want to contact us in the office, don't hesitate. We will always be looking at the emails or answering the phone. All right.
And if anyone has any questions about their wreath making, doing it while we're not live, if you comment your questions, we'll do our best to get back to you.
Yeah, brilliant. Right. I'm going to, Sophie, before you go there,
one last display.
Hold it up. I'm going to go over here. Where should I hold it? Should I hold it like that? Can you see it?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Is that lovely?
It's lovely. Still can't get over the size.
Oh, that is,
it's so big.
Do you think putting the lights on it would be too much? Let me just have a look.
I think they go perfectly.
See
Bye.
You later. Take